Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping in. This is just going to be a quick video talking about my experience with Whole30. I finished my Whole30, my first round, on Wednesday of last week, which was the, 19th. So that was my last day of Whole30. I did 30 straight days. I did not cheat one single time. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about my experience, how I felt it went, some of the pros and the cons. So if you're interested in this type of video, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I can know what kind of content you guys are looking for. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any additional content. And without further ado, let's get started talking about Whole30. Alright, so I started Whole30 on the 19th of June. I had some friends who were doing the program and I really thought that it was something that might be beneficial for me. They really seemed to like it a lot, so I wanted to give it a try. I am all for trying new things. From my previous video, if you haven't seen it, I will link it in this video so you can see, but I've been on a weight loss and health journey for about 5 years. So I'm always up for trying something new. At the point in which I started Whole30, I was at a really stagnant time in my journey. I had decided to stop using my nutritionist that I was using just because the cost was a lot for me, and I knew personally that I wasn't committed at that point in time. Therefore, the cost, I couldn't justify the cost. Not saying that her cost was too high for the service that she was providing. She was providing a great service, and it was really beneficial for me for about 9 months. So I really appreciated everything she did for me, but I just knew that it was my time to try something else. So for about a month, I did whatever I wanted. I ate whatever I wanted. I drank whatever I wanted. And I felt it. My body was lethargic, I was feeling slowed down, and I was just feeling like I was dragging all the time, and my body was not happy. And I could see it on the scale as well. I know a lot of people don't weigh in every day, and that's totally fine. I weigh in pretty often, pretty much every day, just because I'm interested in seeing how my body is fluctuating, and what I can tell you is the fluctuation I was seeing was this. So I decided I was going to give Whole30 a try. I decided one day and started the next day. No, that's not true. I started on a Monday. I'm a very typical type A person. I start things on Mondays or the first of the month, something like that. So it just works for me. So I started on a Monday, and I decided I was going to weigh in. Technically through Whole30, they recommend that you don't weigh throughout the program, because it's, counterintuitive to the ideals of the program. The program is just to be getting you to eat right, to give your body what it wants and deserves, and to feel the difference, but you're not supposed to be focusing on seeing that difference numerically. You see it in your clothes and the way they fit. But I weighed in because I personally know that weighing in is a really good motivator for me. For some people, it's the exact opposite. Doesn't do anything for them in the positive nature, and it just benefits them not to weigh in, and that I totally support. Do what works for you. But I weighed in, so when I weighed in, I was at 249.5. I was almost back into that 250s area, and that is not where I wanted to be. It's not the direction I'm aiming to go in, and I was pissed. So I decided, okay, Whole30, I can do this. 30 days, anybody can do anything for 30 days. And I started out by thinking, I can do anything for a week, and we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to finish the program. I have a tendency to start things like this and not finish them, so I was like, well, I'll start it and we'll see what happens. So, some of the pros to the program, I would say are, it's easy to figure out what you can and can't have. The Whole30 website, which I will link below, gives you the ins, the outs. It tells you what to eat. It tells you what you can't eat. It tells you how to modify things. it's very clear. So you generally don't have any questions. They have great forums of like, can I eat this? And it'll be like blank and a certain type of thing. So if you have any questions, it'll be there. The answer will be there for you. So I felt like that was a really good resource and that it was easy. One thing for me that's huge is you can have fruit. You're not really supposed to like load yourself up on fruit because obviously it's full of sugars, but you can have fruit. And in the summertime, that's perfect for me. I love fruit. I love vegetables. I love to eat fresh things in the summer. And like going on a diet or a meal plan that tells me I can't have fruit in the summertime is basically, it's just like an automatic fail. Like I know I'm not going to do well because I love to eat watermelon. I love to eat strawberries. I love to eat apples. I love to eat cherries. So I know that that's something that I need. Cold brew coffee, excuse me, from a place called the Big Bean. They do nitro cold brew. Oh my God. That's one thing that happened to me in Whole30. You can't have sugar. And I am a die-hard cream and sugar person in my coffee. My husband always makes fun of me because he says, I don't even think you like coffee. I just think you like cream and sugar. It's like, please, I like coffee. Well, when I started Whole30, I thought, oh my God, I can't drink black coffee. That's not something I do. I can't do that. But I ended up starting out trying to drink tea with a little bit of juice in it, 100% juice. And I've never been a tea person. I don't know. I just can't. So I tried out some Stumptown coffee cold brew. Just plain, without anything in it. And it was actually really good. My taste buds changed so much in the first 5 days that I was like, this is really good. Like I could taste all the different notes of the coffee. And I can tell you right now, outside of one sparkling water beverage, I've drank nothing but cold brew coffee and water for the last 34 days now. And I don't really see a need to go back. So that's like a huge change for me. Anyway, that said, that's a huge pro to the program. Your body starts to taste things differently when you take out the refined sugars and the added sugars and things like that. You start to taste the real flavor of things. It's amazing. It's so crazy. It blew my mind, and I'm sure if you tried it, it would blow your mind too. The last pro that I have is I never, ever, ever once felt deprived during the Whole30. Not once, because you can eat. You can eat real food. You can eat real food. I felt like on, almost every other time I tried to do something, I wasn't eating what I felt was real food. Like, at least on Whole30, you can have potatoes, you can have meat, you can have vegetables. Like, that's like your staple dinner in the United States. A meat, a potato, and a starch. That's like it. And so it felt normal. It didn't feel like I was depriving myself. It didn't feel like I was telling myself, no, you can't have any of that. So it was awesome. Yeah, obviously you can't have like cake. That's not something you can have. But if after the Whole30 you want to maybe go into maybe a paleo lifestyle and you allow yourself to have indulgences occasionally, that's great. All Whole30 is kind of cleaning your slate, changing the way you eat food, and allowing you to make healthier habits and choices. So I will say one of the cons, it does take pre-planning. It does require you to plan what you're gonna eat and when you're gonna eat it, things like that. So if you are someone who cannot devote any time to meal prep or even just general planning, like I have a wonderful, wonderful cafeteria at my work, so I'm able to make good choices there. They have a beautiful salad bar, all of that. So I'm able to make good choices at work if I can't make something. But if you're someone who can't do that, who doesn't have access to that, this could be harder. I always made sure to pack all of my snacks, my vegetables, my fruits, some nuts, things like that. I always made sure to pack that for the work day. So it does take a little bit of thought. You have to be able to give yourself at least, 20, 30 minutes in the morning to be collecting your things for the day, especially if you work away from home. Another thing is that if you're someone who has a really busy schedule that requires you to eat out often, that can be difficult. It's not easy to find places outside of just a salad where you're regulating what kind of dressing is on it. It's not easy to find places that are Whole30 paleo friendly. So, I mean, you can do it. You most definitely can do it. It's going to take a little bit of research. And if you're kind of on the go, or you're using someone else's, recommendation, or you're going to lunches with people, that could be hard. So I would keep that in mind if you're considering doing something like this. But I think it's doable. It's not impossible. So, also, I would like to just address, this is what I look like on Saturdays. I just got back from doing my 2-mile walk with my son. And then we went and picked up our groceries. Shout out Harris Teeter Express Lane for always helping me out. But yeah, this is how I look. So I went out, I did my exercise this morning, got my cold brew, and I don't know what's up the road next for me. I think I want to continue kind of on a Whole30 feeling plan. It just worked really well for my body. And so just to close, my body feels so much better. I don't feel like I'm dragging my body behind me when I'm going places because it's weighed down by awful food. I feel better generally, minus what's going on right here, and that has to do with, it's that time. But minus that, for the whole, for 25 of the 30 days, my skin cleared up so much. Yeah, I did get this because I have, I'm a female and that happens. But for the 25 days prior to that, it was amazing. I had no zits, no breakouts, nothing like that. And you could feel the difference when you're taking out drinking sugary beverages and you're just sticking to water, or my 1 black coffee a day. You can feel it. You can feel it in your body. And I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for something that has some set rules and regiments and is easy to follow and gives you flexibility, I would say Whole30 is a good option. I don't think it's super hard. I don't think it's impossible. I think anybody can do it. So at the end of my 30 days, I weighed in, and I weighed in at 239.4. So I'd lost 10.1 pounds over 30 days, which is unheard of. I mean, that's movement on the scale, for me at least, it's unheard of for me. That's movement on the scale like I haven't seen since I very first started working with my nutritionist. So I feel really good about that. And I think from here forward, this plan is going to help me make changes in my diet and life for a lifetime. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments bar down below. Again, I will link the website to Whole30. So if you guys want to know any more, just let me know. If you're interested in these types of videos, also let me know. If you have any suggestions for videos, leave them in the comments and I will take a look. Alright guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and see ya!